Hello everyone, this is Alec and welcome to TamrielRebuilt.org. This is of course their official website, and so what happened is that the team behind the Tamriel Rebuilt released a changelog, I think a few hours ago, it was earlier today, and I took a really quick glance and I thought maybe I could turn the camera on and just go through these changes and see what's new and maybe make a couple of comments here and there. I'm just so excited about this map. I think I made about a year ago a video about it. I kind of forgot already about it, and actually I forgot the scope of Grasping Fortune and just how big it is when you look at the map and compare to the rest of the game, you know. And so anyways, and I'm thinking actually after we check this changelog, I may actually start the game and show you guys a couple of new mods I have on my mod list. I may do that after this, alright? So coming on May 1st this year is Grasping Fortune, the biggest expansion from Tamriel Rebuilt ever. So actually officially this is the biggest expansion, it's ridiculous. And it centers on the Hlaalu capital of Narcissus, which is, as we know, Morrowind's second biggest city, and a contender for the largest fully realized custom-made city in an Elder Scrolls game ever. So in all of Elder Scrolls games so far ever that are made, they're released, both officially or modded, this will probably be the biggest, which actually is kind of scary. As I was reading through, I kind of felt like almost fear. Like how, just I can't imagine the logistics to just build this giant metropolis and just make it work. I don't know, man. I really hope, I mean, I know it will work, right? They took their time to test and everything. I have full confidence in the team. Our team of volunteers have been steadily toiling away on Grasping Fortune since 2018, guys. 7 years? So they've been working on 7 years of this particular map. So let's see the patch notes, all right? So here's the crazy part. They added 410 new exterior cells. So for comparison, I believe that vanilla Morrowind has maybe around 1200. There are 770, I believe, exterior cells that are on land, right above the water. So I don't think you guys realize just how big this map is going to be. All right, so now, of course, we have the metropolis of Narcissus, which is the second biggest city in Morrowind after Almalexia. And we also have other towns like Hlarianhul, Otmura, Dadratim, and Shipal Sharai. They're all, of course, Hlaalu towns. They added the last remnant of the once mighty Redoran Waters March, being the twin fortress towns of Ald Luwal and Ald Marak that sit astride the entrance to Lake Coronati. So yeah, I think we may see some like kind of fragments of the Redoran culture and the territory. I believe that there will be some kind of quest line where we're gonna like have a conflict between the Redoran and Hlaalu. Even in the vanilla, like we often hear this in dialogues, like how the things are very tense, right? Like Morrowind is not really this unified monolithic culture, right? It's constantly on the brink of civil war, especially between Hlaalu and Redoran, I believe. Like Telvanni are just like whatever, doing their own thing on the island in the mushrooms. The Hlaalu and Redoran, they are constantly at war with each other. I believe that even in the Caldera mines, right? They often talk how it's currently under Hlaalu and the Imperials, but they're feared of the attack by the Redoran. So we have this like a constant like tension between the Redoran and Hlaalu. And in this map, we might see some of this like a little like a skirmishes between them. And I also think like in the long run, once the map is complete, we actually may see a little bit of this house wars, which is very interesting. I really like that. Again, like I said, like a Morrowind is not this unified culture. It's very divided into these great houses, and so added a huge new chunk of landmass in southwestern Morrowind, centering on the red canyon-laced Shipal Shin region that also borders Black Marsh and Cyrodiil, as well as the swampy Coronati Basin region. Added 4 camps for the Shinati nomads. So yeah, we're gonna see some new like nomadic cultures. Added Malator, Tamriel Rebuilt's first Aelid ruin to the Black Marsh border, a remnant from when the Barsabaik Aelids ruled northwestern Black Marsh. Yeah, we already seen some Aelid ruins in Project Cyrodiil, right? In the Kingdom of Anvil, and they're really awesome. And I think No, in Skyrim, Home of the Nords, we had the Irani ruins, which are also good. Added Casimir, Tamriel Rebuilt's first Roman imperial fortress near the Cyrodiil border, a leftover from the Fourscore War. Again, we saw Remen ruins in Anvil, and they really remind me a little bit of Skyrim's ruins, because those Imperial ruins we saw in Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 5, I believe they are all like mostly from the Remen era. They look different from the Septim era fortresses, right? They're like currently active. There's different architecture, which I really appreciate. Added the number rooms, a Vivek-related temple at the source of the Tyr River. I don't know much about that, but sounds interesting. Now we have Septim's Gate Pass and the Stormgate Pass. The frigate island of Vulnura, off the northern coast of Telvannis, with a major Daedric complex. So this is also interesting because they're also adding elements outside of this map. So this is like all the way north of the Telvanni land, which is a really surprise, but a welcome one. The Leviathan Archipelago of the northern coast of Telvannis. Again, more islands, including a ruined Imperial Keep and a Nordic Barrow. There's so many new things on this map. Oh yeah, this is a tiny island south of Gorn. I actually covered Gorn because I was really fascinated by this island. They're gonna change the location of the Gorn, and the current Gorn will be redesigned or overhauled. So yeah, there'll be some changes there. But the Gorn Island is really, really interesting. It's almost like a tropical paradise. Oh, I've removed most of the market stalls in the Firewatch. Oh yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh no. That was like one of my favorite places in Firewatch. It was really charming to see that. And I guess they're gonna move them for the sake of performance, and they're gonna rename it to the Gate Quarter. So yeah, even like some old content from previous maps will be updated. Replaced the old Silver Serpent in Firewatch's harbor with a new Nordic trade ship. So yeah, lots of the small things. 870 interior cells, which is mind-boggling really, including about 140 hostile dungeons. I mean, just looking at this content here, this is basically like a whole new game. Added a little less than 200 city interior cells in Narcissus, with highlights such as the Measure Hall, the Grand Bazaar, Hlalu's Second Family Manor, and the Fortuna Casino. This was by far the biggest interior level design project we've ever had to coordinate. There's also a completely new dungeon tile set for the Shipal Sheen and Othrelet Woods regions, Sandstone Caves. I believe you're also gonna have a new kind of dungeons. Yeah, added a completely new organic dungeon type, Sky Render Hives. There are shrines to Sanguine, Namira, and Meridia, which are all gone or absent in Wardenfell, right? So it's awesome to see all that. Alright, so we're gonna have first Aeolid Ruin Interiors, first Reman Imperial Interior, a humongous sewer and a catacomb. Yeah, this is one of the scariest parts. There'll be literal miles upon miles of sewers and catacombs, all stretching all beneath Narcissus. I mean, added possibly the game's largest ancestral tomb complex. Yeah, I mean, they really went for like a grand design here. Everything's grand and just, I mean, this is the heart of the Hlalu. For sure it'll be one of the most, if not the most important map so far released. Because Hlalu in this time is, I believe, the strongest house. Simply because they're allied to the Empire, right? They're opportunistic, so they're rich, corrupt. All right, let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, this is also what I like, and they also had this in the Anvil. So there's like a local newspaper, and it's actually dynamic. It's dynamically changing. So when you perform some quest, you do something like more, that kind of like has effect on the game world. You'll actually see like next day, you'll see the newspaper about it, which is very, very nice. Tons of new clutter, equipment, and artifacts from Tamriel data. So I wonder if Tamriel data will also be updated. Change the location of Moatra, Vivek's spear, moving it from Necrom to Narcissus, which I actually didn't even know about it. I heard that there is Moatra somewhere in the game. I haven't found it yet. So, you know, even after playing hundreds upon hundreds of hours just in Tamriel Rebuilt, I'm far from seeing everything. And what's actually awesome is it brings me back to like days of playing Morrowind for the first time. It's simply the fact that Tamriel Rebuilt doesn't have, it's not really well documented online. You can't just go online and search and find every item, location, and all those kind of things, which actually is very good. This is something I loved about Morrowind, playing for the first time back then, like 2002 or 3. We didn't have Wikipedia, we didn't have, Reddit, and just discovering things on your own felt so great. It's all about exploration, right? So, and this is one thing I really love about Tamriel Rebuilt, this lack of like a general, documentation online. So much stuff, you just have to go there and discover it by yourself. Change the Skull of Corruption to be an amulet instead of a miscellaneous item. That's the Daedric artifact of the, not Namira, Vermina, right? Vermina. I remember from the quest in Skyrim. It's one of my favorite quests. They changed the rewards for a few tough dungeons, changed the Oblivion-inspired display cases, replaced some old books that didn't meet their current quality standards, and they fixed dozens of interior bugs. So, and look at this, added close to 270 new quests and 1,500 plus new NPCs. And since this is Morrowind, you know that every NPC is unique, right? I don't think they counted guards, right? Guards are more generic. I think Oblivion had maybe a little bit over 800, which is very small. And Skyrim, I think, had around 2,000. So again, crazy thing is that just this one map has almost more NPCs. And it's funny because 1,500, but 1,100 of them will be just in Narcissus. Which means that the rest of the map will be kind of sparsely populated because it's this really inhospitable, red, barren wasteland. It's very awesome. Wow, there's so many things here. Tons of new equipment, the new Nata Syndicate, which I don't want to spoil, but it's very cool. Added 40 plus House Hlaalu quests across many quest lines. Oh, this is interesting. Added our first House Redrun quest line. I think the next update after this one will be Wealth Beyond Measure, which will complete House Hlaalu. And then after that, they're moving to Veloti region or district, which is House Redrun. Let's see. Added the unique looking Shinati, a new nomadic tribunal worshipping Dunmer culture. Just more and more layers of... I mean, Dunmer culture is already so complex and multi-layered. They're even going deeper. It's crazy. And of course, there are new quest lines for all major factions. There's a full arena pit fight questline, so we're gonna have arena fights in Narcissus. Added 8 more vanilla hooks to organically direct the player to the mainland. So hooks are like a small quests or encounters. I actually have one in my mod list. I'm gonna show you later, guys. It's about Argonian slave that we release near Sedan Inn, and then we gotta take him to Old Ebonheart. There's so much stuff here. I'm just so excited, like my eyes go all over the screen. The vampire quests in Narcissus Sewers, interesting. Let's see. A ton of miscellaneous quests to smaller outposts and wilderness locations. Oh yeah, added a miscellaneous quest to the Hlaalu ferry on the Lake Andoram. That's very near the future player's home on the Lake Andoram. Added the Canyon Echo, a Hlaalu supported newspaper that reacts dynamically to the player's actions. Yeah, this is already kind of like a standard thing. Like I said, they already have that in Anvil as well. Change the model for the powerful Daedra Ishil Mahon in the Veloti Mountains. Yeah, we're gonna see parts of Veloti Mountains already. Actually, they're already in game. They look very alien, actually. There's some very weird flora around those mountains. Now this is for me very interesting. They changed Arlo Ajax's armor into the new Morrowind pre-release inspired Red Templar armor. So Red Templars are like one of the most obscure, I guess like a small factions within the Legion. I think they were written by Kirkbride somewhere off. They're not in the game, but he wrote text about them sometimes years ago. And so Red Templars are really, really interesting as a faction. And there is one member of them, Ajaxus, he's in Novalis, and which is a town all the way in the north. More changes to the quests, let's see. Oh yeah, they changed the faces of Meta Blackbriar and Cassindaria Liss. So Meta Blackbriar, she is a quest giver in the old Ebonheart's East Emperor Company. I remember her. And it's funny, so they changed her face to be more unique. But it's funny because she's a Blackbriar, right? So she's a probably ancestor of Maven Blackbriar, the famous or infamous clan in Riften. And lots of fixes for script and quest bugs. And this is for a Morrowind script extender, which I use. Summon spells for a new Daedra, new magic effects, like a distract creature, detect humanoid, blink, and fortify casting. A unique magic effect to artifacts, such as Wabajak. A very special new type of spell as a Mage's Guild quest reward. Added Sandstorm Weather and Sporefall Weather to the Otterlet Woods. Alright. Turn hats into clothing items rather than armor. Finally. After 25 years or what? Yeah, I mean, lots of new things, and this is crazy. Again, just the sheer size of this map is... I think people are not aware still. But also I'm kind of, again, like I said, I'm really kind of scared for Narcissus. It's so huge. I mean, 1,100 NPCs in a city. Let's see how is the performance there. I really hope the performance is tolerable. Yeah, alright, so this is the changelog released today by Tamriel Rebuilt. Also follow them on YouTube. They have a YouTube channel which is active now. And now I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna start Morrowind. And I'm gonna show you guys my newest mod list. Alright, so see you in a minute. And welcome back. Alright, so now we're gonna talk about mods, and I'm gonna show you guys the newest iteration of my mod list, which is kind of 90% the same as the previous one. I have a couple of new things here and there just for fun, and this is actually one of the new things right at the beginning of the game. This is a Chargen Scenarios. For some reason I cannot remember the name of these mods, any name, but you know what, I'm gonna post the full mod list in the description so you guys can see, or I can write later on the screen. But yeah, Chargen Scenarios by Morrowind, which is quite recent mod. Basically this is alternative beginning or alternative start for Morrowind. So let's make a character and I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you also like a character I've been planning to use. Maybe, we'll see. Just a second. So yeah, we have a bunch of new faces and hairs, which is from Tamriel Rebuilt. And also another thing I want to tell you guys, maybe the game looks a little bit darker. I actually don't know why is that. I just reinstalled Morrowind. I did nothing different. And for some reason the recording in OBS is really dark. And if I change the lighting in the game, the OBS just won't register it at all. Anyways, so this is like a Nord character. I've been thinking maybe to play next time, but we'll see. So now you can choose a class, right? So it's kind of same like a vanilla. Let's try a spell sword. For the last few years I'm playing only default classes. They're much more fun to me now. I feel more connected to the world. It's more immersive. So I was thinking to name this character Conrad. Yeah, let's call him Conrad. Alright, so this is the main deal, right? So now we have a offer of 60 something different scenarios to start the game, which is very good for role-playing and everything. There's also vanilla beginning, so let's try something. There's so many things here. There are also options for Tamriel Rebuilt, for Anvil, and Skyrim Home of the Nords, if you have it installed. And there's one fun one I want to try. Where is that? There's a bounty hunter, and we start actually in the Cart Weston in Skyrim Home of the Nords. But there is Left for Dead, right? Where is that? Here it is. While traveling to the fort of Amar, you were attacked by bandits. You have been left for dead on the side of the road. Let's try that one. So now we can actually choose our starting equipment. Now, since I was left for dead, I'm gonna choose nothing, basically. Let's go hardcore. But yeah, if you want, you can choose armor, and actually game will kind of give you like a low tier starting equipment. So yeah, it's a really good stuff. All right, let's try. All right. Ooh, my health is... I was literally left for dead. I am somewhere in the Induril territory. So as you guys can see, my game looks kind of similar. I just let's see. So yeah, I have nothing. I haven't been attacked by bandits. I should find a way to get back to civilization. Wait, I'm a spell sword. I actually have a hard heal. There you go. So let me try to find... Oh, there's a Induril city there. Oh, there's a statue of Azura. Okay, I know where I'm now. Kinda. So again, like I said, my game looks really not so different. I have a water shaders, you probably guys noticed. I decided just for fun. This current shader is blue-green. Actually, green-blue. Just a sec. I need some equipment here. Ooh, they have nothing. I need to find civilization soon. Yeah, for the graphics, the basis is the Morrowind enhanced textures. Again, it's kind of like outdated. I'm not outdated, but it's kind of old. I think 5 or 6 years old already. But still, for me, it's like really the best. I really want to keep the vanilla aesthetics. So all the textures I have are vanilla, except they're sharper. They are enhanced. Now, on top of the Morrowind enhanced textures, I do have Wurtz, or how you pronounce his name, sorry about that, V-U-R-T. He has some amazing texture mods for clothes, armors, and weapons. So I just kind of use them over the Morrowind enhanced textures. And I think he only did the vanilla armors, so...
You are a fool to walk around like that.
I know, but I've been just left for dead.
I am not amused.
Yeah, these guys... What she's gonna say?
I am not amused.
No. 9 cells of distant land generated. I think it's like a good balance. You know what? I'm gonna restart. Alright, so that was I just want to showcase a different scenario. So now we're gonna start somewhere else. Alright, let's try a different scenario. Let's go to the Sheathing. I want to show you guys something. So we can do vanilla, but there's also another quest to start in the Sheathing. Something with the Fargot. I also like how there's a buying bread. Buying fresh bread. Shaking down Fargot. Let's start with that. Poor Fargot. And now this time we're gonna add some armor, weapon, and potions. And there's even an extra feature. We can choose like an additional spell, starting date and time, and even choose to be a vampire or a werewolf, or even change the weather. So yeah, lots of options. All right.
Are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day.
I've shaken down Fargot for all his worth. I should make myself scarce before the guards arrive. That's funny, man. Yeah. I just want to see what happens. I don't promote bullying. Anyways, here we are in Sheathing. All the settlements overhauls are the beautiful cities of Morrowind.
Boat dropped off?
Yes,
Odd
yes.
To see a boat arrive at that time of the day.
Now I want to show you something, guys. Look at these armors.
I'm listening.
They're so crispy clean, these armors. And the faces are familiar faces by Caleb.
Things she could do with her tail.
Okay.
Yes? What do you want? If you're looking to get out of Sheathing, I'll be happy to give you a little advice.
You guys know he has a quest, right? Where we buy the ring from him, the cursed ring, and we give him 100 septims, and then he says, oh, I'm going to Narcissus. Well, with the upcoming map, we can actually go to Narcissus and see Vodunius again. So it's really, very fun. But yeah, there are a bunch of new mods coming out like right now, like on a daily basis. Especially like really good new texture mods. So, you know what? I'm gonna make myself invincible just to show you guys something. Alright?
Now you die!
Yeah, I forgot I'm a spell sword. It's a little bit more difficult. Oh, there are 2 guys.
Arg.
This guy is new.
There's no escape!
What? Let's improve our skills a little bit. Because I want to show you something, guys. Let's get a key. Right. The interiors are very dark. Let me get rid of these people. He has very cool robes. Alright. Now I'm gonna get these boots. Vashai's fur boots. I think that's all I want now. We're gonna set him free. And I want his robes. Thank you. Now we're gonna set free Vashai, and he has like a little short quest, which is to take him to Old Ebonheart. Which one of you is Vashai? Badargo.
Khajiit cannot escape without the key.
Yes, yes, here you are. Yeah, I would definitely need like some kind of a night eye constant effect. It's really dark. Again, I don't know why, really.
Thank you. You have our blessings, Sarah.
Yeah, so this is Vashai, Dravashai, and we're gonna take him to Seyda Nin.
Thank you, my friend, with all my heart. Thank you.
Yes, let's go. He's like a new alternative type of Khajiit. Lore friendly, of course. Every mod I have is lore friendly, it's immersive. I was really careful about that. So now we're gonna take him to Seyda Nin. I believe he wants to go there. And I also have new music. I usually play without music, but again, just for sake of having something different, I included a couple of soundtracks actually. So I'm having wow, this is very difficult. So I have two personal favorite Morrowind soundtrack mods. One is by Scipio, or Scipio, the Roman general, and his mod is called MUSE Expansion, I believe. Let me just go inside. But look at these robes, man. I love the duality of colors. He's so tiny.
Another day, another Drake.
Is this the Trey house? Thank you, kind spell sword, for freeing me and for finding Khajiit's boots, for bringing me to safety. Dravashai will try and find some help now. I'm ashamed to use your kindness so much, but could you lend 100 drakes? Oh, I don't have right now. Where add item, gold, and now I chimmed. Thank you. I will buy weapons and a new shirt. Khajiit's current shirt is not good for socializing. Please, find Dravashai in 2 hours. Alright.
Welcome to Aril's Trade House. I'm Aril, publican and proprietor. You're a new face here, so if you want a little advice, free to new customers, just ask.
Yeah, so NPCs talk a little bit more. This is, of course, the mod I already used before, voiced quest lines, or voiced.
That's it. She's gone too far. I'll see her disgraced before the council. Yes.
Yeah, voiced quest lines. It's in the description anyways. And
What is this about?
I like it because they don't have entire voices, entire dialogue voiced. It's just like a couple of lines here and there. And it's mostly affecting the quest givers, right? So it's something that actually Blood Moon did, the expansion pack for Morrowind. If you guys play in Blood Moon, you probably noticed that certain NPCs have a prolonged voice dialogues, which I think is because already by that time, Bethesda worked on Oblivion, which was fully voiced. So they were kind of experimenting that, and I think it's a perfect balance. Like I love I love the game is text-based, which is, I think in my opinion, the best option for like a really immersive, like a deep lore, deep world building kind of a scenario game. but also like having like a little bit longer quest dialogues just makes the game more dynamic. Let's hear him.
You look like you could use a friend, Outlander. Perhaps I can be your friend. I'd like you to help me recover some gold.
I already did.
Where's that slave? Here not long ago.
Shamelessly saying that. Where's that slave? Shameless. So anyways,
What's your story?
oh yeah, I was talking about soundtracks. Sorry, my mind is just scattered. I've been so excited about all these updates. We had to wait 2 hours. Let's go outside. Let me show you the animated trees. Look at this. So this is another mod by Wurt. I hope I pronounce it right. He's a very famous, known mod author. And so far, he only has Bitter Coast trees and Ascadian Isles animate. But I think in the long run, eventually, he plans to have all his trees animate. I think it looks really good for a 25-year-old game, right? It's not like some next-gen type of effect, but again, it just makes the game of Morrowind a little bit more dynamic, right? Just like a subtle touch. So once I saw this, I was like, oh, I have to have this game in my game. Not all trees are animate so far, of course, but I think it looks very nice. So yeah, the music, I was about to say, I have two mods that are really, really dear to my heart. I actually listen to them all the time, even I'm not playing, when I'm like writing scripts or whatever. So one is by Scipio, and I believe it's called Morrowind. It's a MUSE expansion, something like that. Now, I'm not using that one. The mod that I'm using is Better Music Redone. Let me just check. I keep forgetting these names. Better Music System Redone. All right. It's about 3.5 hours of music. And you guys can hear it right now. It's an over. Yeah, I didn't set the audio right. I think the game is a little bit too loud. The reason I chose this soundtrack is I just think it suits this playlist or Modlist better. So Scipio's MUSE expansion music is more modern. It's more cinematic. It's actually inspired by Dune and Hans Zimmer. And I think it suits better, maybe a more modern looking Morrowind. And in future, if I upscale my mod list even further, I'll probably use it. But I think this mod list, it's kind of older, kind of suits Morrowind better. At least for what I'm trying to, create with this mod list. Conrad, Dravashai is a Khajiit of his ward. Please, take your 100 drakes and a 20 above. You must be thinking, where does Khajiit take money from? Yes, I had a gem hidden in my boot. One of those boots you brought me in the cave. Alright. You see, this land of Dark Elves is not kind to the Khajiit. Even less so this island we stay on. Dravashai knows a place where Khajiit are treated better. It is like an oasis in the dry desert of harsh people and cruelty. This place is called Old Ebonheart. A big city on the other side of the sea, and Dravashai wants to go there before he gets caught again. And for this, we need to go to Castle Ebonheart first. People say it's nearby, to the east. Yeah. Now, I want to show you guys something else.
Short trip, long trip, you decide.
Let's go to Vivek first. So these are the Ascadian Isles animated trees. Again, not all, right? These willow trees are not animated yet. So, but I really love, I think these are oak trees. No, these are not oak. But yeah, Ascadian Isles, the green, fertile gardens of Wardenfell. They now actually look green and warm. Let me show you. So these are some of the mods, right? Again, the full mod list will be in the description. But here are the shaders that I'm using so far. So almost all of these shaders are from the Step compilation. So Morrowind Graphic Extender comes with its own shaders. But for some reason I really prefer, maybe they're even the same, I don't know, but it's just the thing I do. I usually download step compilation and I use those. I think they're a little bit different. They're also kind of old, like 5-6 years older, but they're still good. And so most of them are from there. Film is not from the step compilation. Film is from some other compilation. I forgot the name again. Morrowind graphic guide, something like that. It's all on Nexus, but it just adds some more color, I guess. And this Apple's gamma correction is, as you guys can see, makes game slightly brighter, which I had to use. Otherwise, the game will be really, really dark, especially interiors. And you know, the best thing about this in the graphic extender, it's so easy to just disable any shader to change them, or even disable all shaders. So here is the game without shaders. Actually looks very good. You know, we can play without shaders. But I really like the warm, kind of bloomy effect. Kind of reminds me of Oblivion a little bit, especially this region. And I really think it looks good in some areas. I'm gonna show you guys later. But yeah, this is very, very nice. Alright, so here we are in Caldera. And here's the mansion, the governor's mansion, which is redesigned. We're gonna leave Caldera and we're gonna find the frozen Nord, or the paralyzed Nord. I have a mod, I think it's called Friends Reunited. And basically, every encounter in Morrowind where you have a couple of NPCs that kind of meet each other, they actually talk. It's a scripted dialogue. Again, it's one of those elements that make Morrowind a little bit more dynamic. So let's try to do that.
Hail and well met, stranger. As you can plainly see, I require some assistance, if ye be kind enough to grant it. I need help finding the festering witch who has robbed me blind and left me for dead.
Let's do that, my brother. I remember before when I used to play, I couldn't find her for hours, man. That was the charm of Morrowind. You're just getting lost, couldn't find things. I think she's this way. So now when we approach the witch, those two gonna talk. They're actually gonna have voiced dialogues, which is really nice.
There you are, damn festering witch. Cloud Cleaver calls out to me to rescue it from the clutches of evil.
Yes!
The only clutches I'm worried about are your wandering hands, Lormar. Wine sought by name, wine sought by nature. I don't know what scuttle he's fed you, stranger, but I took this barbarian on in good faith as a guard to Caldera. Along the way, he was getting entirely too friendly for his own good, to the point where I actually had to cast a sleep spell on him. Just to teach him a lesson in manners, I stripped him and left him by the road. And yes, to be sure he didn't come after me for retribution. I took that Cloud Cleaver he's always fawning over
Are
as
you
well.
going to believe this trickster witch over an honest Nord outlander?
Hello there, stranger. I see you've already met my good friend, Lormar. My name is Socia Caristiana, the healer. How can I be of assistance to the two of you?
Choices, choices. What if she's really a witch?
It'll be your blood here, not mine.
I should have killed you sooner.
Now if you watch them fight, they're actually gonna fight for a long time. And
Die where you stand.
actually he'll win. Oh look, she's transparent. Anyways, let's go.
Soon you'll be reduced to dust.
You'll be reduced to dust. Alright, so I just want to show you guys a little bit of Solstheim, which is completely redesigned, overhauled. Tomb of the Snow Prince is the name of the overhaul. And I also select the option of Skyrim-like trees, because I really like these trees. And yeah, Solstheim is completely different. it's the terrain is not so like a monotone anymore. It's much more rugged. I think it looks more wild and hostile, and there are new things, new creatures, new stuff to discover. But also I also use like the interior overhaul. So now, for example, if you go to Skull Village, right, the Nords are not gonna have like the same interiors like Dunmer, right? It's gonna doesn't make sense. So they're gonna have more like a Nordic environments or interiors. So yeah, really. Yeah, another thing I'm not using, I wanted to use, but I'm not, because I'm afraid to try, is the grass, like the overall grass overhaul. It's just too much hassle, you know, without going into detail. Like, I will need to find like an overarching grass overhaul that could combine Vardenfell with the beautiful cities of Morrowind, and Solstheim and Project Cyrodiil and Tamriel Rebuilt up to date, right, with the newest map. And technically it's possible, because there are things, you know, they can generate grass and all of that, but it seems too risky, really. And you're always going to encounter some issues. Because I'm also, besides beautiful cities of Morrowind, I'm also using other things like... what? I think this is a Solstheim soundtrack. Let's listen to it. I really love this water. Wow. So yeah, so far, for now, I'm not using any grass mod. Maybe future, some next playthrough. Once there's like a release of a bug-free, like confirmed grass overhaul, sure, I would love to use it. But yeah, look at this texture. I really love these textures. Alright, so now we are in Nivalis, which is all the way up here. One of my favorite like small towns. It's very remote, very isolated. So earlier I talked about MGEXE, the Red Templar, right? So this guy gonna receive a different kind of armor. He's actually involved in, I think, Fighters Guild quest line. This entire section here, we have Nivalis, we have Helnim, and the Firewatch here somewhere. They're like a three, like imperial oases, right in the middle of this Telvanni hostile land. It's a really nice setup, right? They didn't just decide to, oh, let's put imperial town here, you know, for fun. Like every city that's placed on the map has like its own history and you know, the reasoning. So I really love this little small village here, Nivalis. There are very few quests here, so maybe they'll add in future more. But it's such a nice place. So yeah, according to this update we read earlier, we'll find some new islands here somewhere, with the Nordic barrows even. All right, let's see. I mean, you really feel like here, like end of the world. I mean, look, we are we are almost as north as a Skull village.
What can I do for you?
Firewatch. So we have a very, very foggy day in Firewatch. I wonder what happened here. So this is one of my favorite towns. And it's like an old Ebonheart, just a little bit smaller. And so apparently they're gonna redesign some stuff here. Yeah, so I think they mentioned they're gonna remove most of these stalls here, which I think I really like them. But I guess they're gonna ruin performance because there's so much clutter right here. I guess, yeah, it makes sense. But I really like this character here. I don't know, she gives so much charm to this place. and this orc
May
here.
the wind be on your back.
So I really hope they keep this traders. Maybe just move them somewhere interior. Well, let me show you guys something.
Shall we do business?
So look at the... I really love the retexture.
Say your needs.
Look at this, like a basic iron war axe or battle axe. This is the newest Wurtz retexture. And it looks awesome. Right, let's go to another one of my favorite places, Raw Deer. Alright, so this is Raw Deer. I always love coming here when I test Modlist. No. Like, if this place looks good, then everything looks good. It's really one of the most unique looking places. Just imagine this kind of like architecture and settlement in real life. Like, wouldn't life be so much better? Look at that. So hopefully we'll get animated trees everywhere. And I also found on the Nexus there is a Tamriel data retexture. It's upscaled to 2K. I may give it a try in the future. I just don't want to update now anything because there's a new release coming, and I don't know if the Tamriel data will be also updated. But eventually, I'll probably gonna switch to 2K. Like, my whole texture pack will be 2K. I think that will be ideal. There's no need to go like above that. I think 2K is perfectly fine. But yeah. And some grass mod will look very, very nice here. I just really had to do a really good research about which grass mod, and just want to make sure it just works. Oh, look at this water. Wow. Oh yeah, I want to show you guys something else. So I'm using simple walking, and now diagonally actually characters move like this, which is very nice. So the movement is so smooth. Look at that. Looks awesome. The character sound overhaul, obviously. But yeah, Unterrain is one of my favorite regions. I would just like to imagine it in 2K textures and some nice grass and animated trees. That's all you need. I mean, look at this. I can never get enough of these views. Alright, welcome to Old Ebonheart, the capital of low frame rate. The crazy part is that sometimes I'll come here and it's so smooth. It's like I don't see any like a frame rate drop, and sometimes it's very, very choppy. And I don't know why. Like sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's not. It's just, I guess, depends on the stars. But I mean, this is a tier 1 metropolis.
Ah, greetings. What shall we talk about?
Yeah, I think the shaders and the bloom and the color saturation, they really like remind me of Oblivion a little bit. Let me see. Again, even without the shaders, looks so good. And here's my info on the distant land. So let's see, yeah, draw distance is 9 cells. Oh yeah, actually I turned up many features up. Like a distant level of detail is high. Very high, I believe. Like all these like additional options are like turned up. So no wonder I have like a little frame rate drop. But you know, if it's too much, it's so easy to turn off some options
The Nine and the Empire, citizen.
in the graphic extender. It's really simple. So, but in my opinion, game looks really good. I mean, this is what I was looking for, you know, for my playthrough. Is this Talos, right? Or Ramen?
Is there something I can do for you?
This is Nordic Dagonfell.
Bloody scamps, I could skin them all.
And let's go to Skyrim just a little bit. Alright, we just arrived in Skyrim and it's 7 a.m. It's a foggy morning. But yeah, I decided to use Skyrim Home of the Nords, even though the map is not completed, but I already played here a little bit. It's actually, there's so much content on already anyways. And really, this map, in my opinion, has
my ear.
Has some of the best landscapes still. I mean, I love the landscapes in Tamriel Rebuilt, in Anvil, but there's something about Skyrim Home of the Nords. Like, I was thinking about it earlier. Like Morrowind. Let's just go here. Like Morrowind is like this, like a more Eastern mystical world, right? Fantasy. And then you have Anvil, which is more like a Mediterranean-inspired world. And then you have Skyrim, which is, I guess, ironically or not, in my opinion, really like ideal medieval like a setting. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but yeah, like so far this version of Skyrim, the old lore Skyrim, it's really like an ideal medieval setting. That's why I love to have both all of these like projects. They're just so different. I mean, look at this. And you know, each of these maps have their own like a charm and items, although they kind of share assets, right? But the encounters and armors, there are things you can find that are unique. So, and of course they have this really, really amazing Leirani ruins, which are exclusive for this map. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if they're gonna finish this map this year, probably not. But we can expect. So here it is. This is the reach hold, actually the part of the reach hold. So the markered side will finish up this map, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. I mean, there's this giant like a forest here. Just the lore and the world building, and again, like I said, landscapes. It's like a top tier. Look at this, man. There's also another little mod. It's called Nordic Banter. And if you visit some of these Nord traders or weaponsmiths, they actually comment on your weapon and the type of the weapon. So let's... There's one here in 9 plates, or what it's called. Is it 9 plates? No, this is not 9 plates. This is razor hole. What am I talking about? So, yeah, look at this.
This town is Balmora, council seat of House Lalu. We're loyal citizens of the Empire, and proud of it. Well, most of us anyway.
So anyways, now we have Iron Battle Axe. Let's see what's he gonna say.
Iron. It's slow, heavy, and bends easily.
Ooh.
You need better.
Let's see. Oh, all I have is iron. But I tested the earlier days. They have very fun comments about, you know, steel and silver. And it's called Nordic Banter, so it's all about Nords, right? And there's quite a few Nord blacksmiths throughout the game. So, you know, they'll provide this.
Late as usual.
And also the guards have this like idle commentaries, which is also funny. Another place I like to visit is Voss. And this is part of OAAB series, right? OAB Gracelands. There's no way I can play without this. I mean, look at this overhaul in general. And that over there is Tel Branora. I'm a spell sword. I can afford some water walking. There you go. I mean... Ooh. Alright, we succeeded. So this is OAB Tel Branora expanded. I want to show you guys this part right here. It looks so beautiful. It's almost like a garden district with the waterfalls and... Look at that. I really love this effect. And also, like, Nexus is one of my favorite overhauls because it's very much inspired by the concept art. And that's the point, actually, of the beautiful cities of Morrowind. It's inspired by concept art. So all the settlements that are overhauled, they're not just made bigger, you know, to be bloated and just overcluttered. It's all very, very, you know, tasty. It's sublime. It's just to bring the standards up a little bit to match the Tamriel Rebuilt, you know. So this is like I said, one of my favorite overhauls. I really love this part over here. And we got some unique armor here. This Dunmer Iron Cuirass. And
There's someone watching me.
Egg miners. So yeah, you can just find some random city, random like a street merchant, and suddenly you find this unique item. So it really pays off to explore everything. I want to show you guys the concept art plantations. Pelagiads. Something just happened there. I want to show you guys the plantations. Man, these trees looks awesome. So really the idea behind this mod list is to provide lots of new content that's also immersive, lore friendly. So, you know, Tamriel Rebuilt, obviously, Project Cyrodiil, you know, Kingdom of Anvil, Skyrim, Home of the Nords, but also like beautiful cities of Morrowind, which overhauls Wardenfell and just has new content. But also I have, as you guys are gonna see in the mod list in the description, almost every tomb and tower and, you know, dungeon is overhauled as well. So even just if you play Wardenfell, there's so much new stuff, new content there that I haven't discovered yet. So this is the biggest, I believe this is the Dran plantation, right? So it's redesigned. I think it looks awesome.
So clumsy, all my fault.
It's almost like a little town. With a bunch of mercenaries around, and I really love this area here. And I think we are also very close to Suran. So yeah, this is a very nice area. You can just come here, chill under the shadow, under the tree shadow, and just chill here.
What was that?
So I think I showed enough. Again, guys, you can see the full mod list in the description. And now I'm just waiting for the release of Tamriel Rebuilt, Grasping Fortune. And then we're gonna install, update whatever needs to be updated, and we can start playing. Who are you? God, Julan.
Please, Sir Yo, have mercy. Let us go free.
So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation. I hope you find something interesting for your mod list if you plan modding Morrowind. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, thank you and see you soon.